Hello guys, Omni here. We get the first trailer from D23, which has started to kick off lots of great news. I'm going to see, might do like a wrap up video for certain topics. But right now we got our first trailer that I wanted to cover. And this is one I've been looking forward to for a long time, really ever since it was really kind of broken down at Star Wars Celebration this past year. And I'm hyped up. We got our first official trailer, first official look at The Mandalorian. Let's go ahead and let's dive right into this trailer. Oh, dude. That's metal. Carl Weathers. Oh! Gus Fring. Yes.
Bounty hunting is a complicated profession.
Dude, heck yes.
Don't you agree?
Starting November 12th. That looks fantastic. I love how real and gritty it is. And there's a lot of practical effects on this. And they did a lot of the things they talked about at Star Wars Celebration is how they updated and used a lot of the same techniques that was used in the original Star Wars with the models that they used for the ships, the way they made them move, the way they interacted, trying to do as many practical effects as possible in this and make it just feel like real Star Wars. Not real Star Wars. Wrong way to say it. Traditional Star Wars. And it looks fantastic. I love all the people that creatively are working on this, and especially the point of view that they're taking on it with our primary character being a Mandalorian, a bounty hunter. It's not Boba Fett, but same kind of concept. And is set more on a seedy underbelly kind of environment with this kind of lovely tone. I love this tone. It very much has like a Western kind of feel to it, which really is what Star Wars initially was as well. Not really diving into the high populace, high fantasy kind of areas that we got used to in the prequels, some of the places we visited in the sequel trilogy. So far, it's just kind of the outskirts, the outer rim, where things are rough and tumble and you don't really know how things are going. This is after the fall of the Empire, after the events of Return of the Jedi, and it's a new point in the galaxy that we're going to be seeing as well. It's an era that hasn't been explored in the current canon all that much. We don't really know a lot about the time period in between Return of the Jedi and The Force Awakens, aside from what's been in the books, what's been mentioned in the films. So this is going to be really fun to explore. And seeing Pedro Pascal, I don't even know if we're ever going to see him without the helmet. Part of me really wants him to never take it off. But we got a bunch of different ragtag groups. We got some ex-Imperials, ex-Rebels that are going to be main characters. Got Carl Weathers in here. And it just, I'm really curious to see how this is going to play out. This is made by people that just truly love and adore Star Wars and know what it is at its core and know how to steer it into a direction that both, I'm sure, fans will love. Dave Filoni so far has done no wrong. in my eyes. He's done such an amazing job helming all of the shows that he's show ran and produced and worked on for a long time now. I mean, he brought us the Clone Wars, he brought us Rebels, as well as all the other things that he's just kind of been. He's almost the Kevin Feige of Star Wars when it comes to Star Wars animation. And this is his first live action series, and I really can't wait to see what he does with it, especially since he's got Jon Favreau behind him, and he's such a creative force as well, especially as an innovator with using different types of technology and incorporating into filmmaking, which they took a very huge leap with some of their techniques, their filming techniques with The Lion King that I know they're incorporating into this as well. So it's going to be really cool to see how this all plays out and how this comes to life. And it's only a few months away, and we'll actually be able to watch it. So I'm really excited for this. Honestly, I'm more excited for this than episode 9 right now, and I think that's kind of strange. Mostly because like the core trilogy seems like such a sacred thing. Like, I've never been bothered by them doing something experimental or something different in like a spin-off show or a spin-off series or something outside the core main line of the Skywalkers. So I think that's another thing that kind of resonates with a lot of people too, that, you know, it's easy to kind of break people off from that. When you try to do something different and something that's been fairly consistent throughout, had a through point throughout, even despite the prequels, they still had a narrative that carried on through every film. And I don't know, it's really interesting to see how this plays off. Star Wars is really in like a rocky area as far as the totality of the fandom. So who knows what we'll see with this, what the fan reaction is going to be. I'm really curious to see like how people are going to be responding to this. I can't wait to see how people are going to react to it and how I'm going to react to it when it's actually out and we can watch it. And then the following month, we have the conclusion of the Skywalker saga, the last of the 9th film, the final film, and what they are labeling the Skywalker saga trilogy, series of trilogies, completely wrapping up the storyline we've been following for half a century at this point. It's going to be a crazy time in history, I think, and see where Star Wars goes from this point onward. And I'd really like to see more of these kind of side stories. I would really like to know more about the galaxy. You know, people talk about not everything has to be about the Skywalkers, and it doesn't, but there's plenty of stories you can tell in the Star Wars world, in the Outer Rim, in the Inner Rim, in the Republic, outside of the Republic. And there's so many things you can explore, experiment with, and do that just, it's not going to touch on any of the things that people are holding too close to their hearts. And you don't have to worry about that. Like, something like this, I don't see how it could really shake things up so much that it would upset anybody. But you can do something completely different than anything you've shown in a previous Star Wars film, property, or anything like that by exploring a completely different genre in a different area where we haven't explored or seen before, at least in this kind of manner. And it's you've got more creative freedom, I think, when you do something in this way. And I think that's one of the things that I think hopefully Disney and the current Lucasfilm kind of gets. I hope this does well, and I hope it is good, so that we can get maybe more stories like this in the Star Wars frame, and go from there. So I don't really know what else to add to this right now. I think it looks beautiful. The visual effects, the cinematic composition of these shots are I think like each frame of this trailer was just beautiful and artistic and just gorgeous. There's so many good like wallpapers that you could probably put up on your background or your computer screen or anything like that just from this trailer that are just like gorgeous to look at. And I think the poster for this for the animated series, for this series, looks amazing. It's such a good poster. It looks beautiful. And I just think production wise, I think this looks fantastic. Kind of centering it on a core smaller group of characters makes it a little more intimate. Doing this kind of Western feel lets you do a little bit more grounded kind of work. You're You're not going. Yes, we got our starships, we got our starfighters, we got all that stuff. But the primary conflict is between the actual physical characters, and I think that's going to be something we can expand upon and enjoy and relate to and explore completely how the events of the core Star Wars trilogies has affected the populace. And maybe we can see some of those effects of the fall of the Empire, what the rebels actually succeeding over the second Death Star has done to the Republic or the Outer Rim colonies and planets, and see those effects. I think there's really some interesting things and stories that you could do and dive into some interesting characters and tell a good story that way. And that's what I'm hoping this is. So there's a lot of hope on this being a successful entry in the Star Wars universe, and that's what I want. I want to have something new after the end of what we have known for so long comes to a close, that we have something more that we can look forward to explore on. I know we've got the later films coming out in the next 2-3 years. The next trilogy, which will be unrelated to the Skywalkers completely, which a lot of people are thinking it's a lot of hints are pointing that it might be a Knights of the Old Republic trilogy, but we'll have to see. But that's my thoughts for this for now. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. I would love to know what you all think, how you all feel about this trailer. How do you all feel about the current direction of Star Wars as a whole? Let me know in the comments down below. Let's have a conversation after this video, and I will catch you guys later. If you didn't like the video, make sure to let me know in the comments what you didn't like. I always take some constructive criticism when I can. And yeah, we're going to have lots of stuff to talk about. I'm sure by the end of this weekend, I'm going to try to cover as much of it that I actually find interesting to have something to say about. So keep an eye out. There's going to be more up on the channel soon, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care, everybody.